All right, hey y'all, it's Pizza. We're back here today in the long dark. Good to be back. Not the best day. Oh, hold on. Here. Anyway, how you guys doing? I hope you're out there having a great day. Hope you're doing what you want to do. I hope things are going well. Pizza had a pretty decent day. You know, I gotta be honest. So here's the deal, right? You ever have one of those days at work where like you have stuff to do, right? It's not like I didn't have like work to do, because I did. But okay, so I did. I didn't have like a lot of work to do, and so I just kind of stretched it out. You know what I mean? It took a little longer to do this. It took a few minutes to do that. I don't always. I normally actually don't take my break at work, but I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take my break. Well, they provide us with like free food at work, which is nice. We had chicken tendies and what do you call them? Shoot, potato wedges. So like the big giant French fries. You know what I mean? We were getting soaking wet though, so kind of what I want to do is inside today anyway. But I like to start outside, you guys. Yeah, let's get in here. So yeah, I sat around and ate some tendies, had some potato wedges. It was like a little macaroni salad. I like macaroni salad. You guys like macaroni salad? Uh, I think macaroni salad's good. I think it's also interesting that like depending on where you live, in the United States, uh, what when I say macaroni salad, like different things probably come to different, your mind if you live in different places. So here in the South, it's like onion. It's like basically like mayonnaise or whatever. There's usually some mustard in there. Black pepper, uh, pimento, celery, little bits of carrot too. Anyway, it was good. It was good. It was good. All right, last episode. Last episode, we looked around for a mag lens. Still looking. Still looking. Still looking. What's this? Oh, see?
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
I missed that. 22 pounds of salt somehow. So there's still a chance. Like I pretty much given up on the hacksaw. I feel like we may come across mag lens. You never know. You never know. Probably not. Ooh, the birds are chirping. Yes, I have my windows open. It's beautiful. It's going to get warmer later this afternoon, but it's only going to get up to 80, so I'm pretty excited about having another nice day here in Virginia, IA. Holy smokes, you guys. What did I just say?
I'll take it.
What did I just say? What did I just say? I just said, you know what? We probably need to keep looking for it. We probably need to keep looking around. Wow, this is massive. It's huge. It's huge. Put that in my pocket. Wow. Whew. Well, that changes things. Now, so I was doing a little bit of math in the last episode, like at the end of the last episode anyway. I was like, man, we've got like close to like, 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 4, 6, 8, 108, 120, like 128 fires, approximately. I might have some matches somewhere else, and there might be matches I haven't found yet. So, yeah, and I was well, there's going to be a day. There's going to be a day, you guys, where we light our last match. But that just changed everything. That extended things quite a bit. We still, and I'm thinking with snares, especially, we could live quite a long time in this series. Longer than I thought, and especially now that we have the Maglins, that's even crazier. Because we can keep going after rabbits and there's a lot of reclaimed wood here. Hey, what's up, Big Riz Pizza Whiz? Another pizza. Always love to see that. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Hope things are going good. We are trapped in mystery, and we just found the Maglins, episode 3. Many hours into the playthrough. Yeah, back here in this little corner. And the thing is, I went on the interwebs, and I said this in the last episode, and, you know, it told me all these different places to look for Maglins, and that's what I did. Oh, hello. Remember that, sir. And it ends up being in this little corner, which was not mentioned in any of the things I looked up on the interwebs, so... Huh. But yeah, that's going to certainly extend things quite a bit. All right, so sun's going down. What I want to do today, there's a couple things I really want to get started. And we with the rabbit gloves and the deerskin boots. We got stuff for the pants. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking about keeping the, because we've only got a few arrows. I think we ended up with like 3 or maybe 4 arrowheads. And of course, as long as I don't shoot them into something and it runs away and I never find it, the arrow that is, you know, we should have a good bit of hunting for a while. Oh, glad you came back. Thank you so much. Good to hear from you. Thank you for the help in the last episode. But yeah, let's get to sewing. I think the boots is what I'm going to focus on right now. We still got like another day and a little bit. Because it's almost evening now. So that means it'll really won't be able to start on the moose hide till almost evening tomorrow-ish sometime. So it's probably like another day and some change on the old moose hide bag. But I definitely want to get that done before I start doing some of the other things I kind of want to do in this episode, because the extra carry weight is definitely going to help. Hey, Mrs. Wright, how you doing? Hope the fam's well. Hopefully everybody's over the cough at this point. Luckily, everybody's been sick at work. I have managed to just kind of avoid as many people as possible. Not being antisocial, I just don't want your germs. Let's see. So let's think about the boots here. What do we need? 3, 4, how many? How many guts do we need? We need 4 for the boots. Or
It's getting kind of heavy.
It is getting kind of heavy. That's why we're going to get the moose hide, especially if we're going to add 4.4 pounds of boots, which I guess equals to about 2.2 pounds of extra carry weight. Yeah, stupid germs. I don't need them. I was like sick not too long ago, so I always kind of hope I'm like, well, maybe I'll be like a bit of immune for a minute. But of course, somebody could have a completely different bug than I had before. All right, I kind of, we're limited on the sewing kits, but it would certainly speed things up. And again, no hacksaw yet. Probably not, but I did find a Maglin, so maybe we'll find that too. But we have a finite amount of scrap metal, and we need to make some choices between that and fishing lures. Well, not lures, but just fishing tackle. Which, I mean, you use them for both. I don't know. Let me grab some food. And let's get started making these boots. Oh, yeah. Boots and gloves. Boots and gloves and boots and gloves and boots and gloves and boots and gloves. And like I said, I'm probably going to hold off on the pants for now. It's going to get colder over time. Stock are cold, so eventually it'll be 10 degrees colder every day than it normally would be. Ooh, hold on. I think I got a little bit of porch meat here.
Drop any of this gear.
I'll run around back and grab like a couple more. Maybe catch a fish, buddy. And of course, we got some more meat we can cook. But yeah. All right. I don't think we've had an Aurora yet either. But I feel like in Mystery, it takes a little while to kick in, you know? I thought if I might talk to the trader just to have a conversation. Can't do any trades or anything because we're not leaving the region, but it might be nice to say hello to someone. All right. Yeah, I think I'm going to use some sewing kits. On the boots, because they take a long time, and the me-side bag I think I don't think it takes that long. I guess we'll see, but I'll probably shorten that up too. Now normally this would be the beginning of my days off, but unfortunately somebody, no, I was trying to think of how to phrase this. So someone at work fell, but not at work, right? And let's just.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
I'm not sure you can either. How do I? There we go. No, we'll just make it like, I don't know, 6 hours. It'll just stop whenever the sun goes down. Anyway, the person that does my job when I'm not there is hurt, so I got to go in tonight. Kind of a bummer, but kind of overtime. A whole shift too, so. And I've already got like 3 or so hours of overtime this week. Not too shabby. I don't think. Have we pulled all the curtains down yet? No. There we go. Not really that tired. And let's face it, these curtains aren't going to last anyway. And I actually think it adds, to me anyway, it seems like it adds a little more light. Maybe we'll leave the blankets on the railings for now. I don't think this has curtains, does it? Nah. Alright. Well, I knew I was going to end up killing some time anyway. Yeah, like I said, I didn't have much to do last night, so I stretched it out. Had a nice lunch break. I goofed around a little bit, chatted up some people. The nice thing is, I mean, I have one of those bosses that isn't like, you got time to lean, you got time to clean. Back in my restaurant days. Yeah, we'll just sleep as long as they'll let me. You know, she's pretty understanding of, like, if there's nothing to do, there's not really much to do. Yeah. this. There we go. And let's keep reading our book here. It's not going to last long. In fact, it's going to last 1 hour. Did I do anything? I put one of my badges on. The fire starting badge. We're on day 12 now. That helps. I mean, fire starting level 5 is pretty nice. Let's be honest. We'll get cooking up to 5. We'll probably get carcass harvesting. No. We'll definitely get carcass harvesting and cooking up to 5. Probably get fire starting up to possibly 5. Work on that ice fishing. We'll see how that goes. Rifle and pistol. I mean, we got a decent amount of pistol bullets. Archery with 4 arrows. We do have a lot of maples, though. Hopefully we get mending up to 2. I always like to get mending up to level 2. I think, yeah, you see, this is getting pretty close. So I think we'll just kind of focus on the sewing for the next couple days. Get all that sorted, and then we'll head back out in the world to do some stuff again. Grab a nice swig of water. Apparently, sewing makes you super hungry and thirsty. It's a video game, folks. I'm not in charge of the the mechanics. Plus, and I don't know if you saw this, but I did look up if you, even on pilgrim mode, if you ate and drank as much as you need to in the long dark to survive, what would happen? You'd die. Yeah. We're drinking way more water and eating way more food than. And yes, even in the cold, which makes you burn more calories, even walking all over the place, it's still not good for you. 29% left on the sewing kit. 8 hours. I think we're going to go for 6.5. 7 hours. We'll have a little snack. We'll get a little drink. And we'll have our boots. Oh. 4 hours left. Sewing kit broke. That's fine. We'll use it for decoration. Bloop. Got an extra. Oh, snares. Yeah, we should probably go check on those. Say, oh, we got a smithing book. Thank God. Yeah. Let's see. Let's chuck that in there right now. Throw those in there. Oh, we got a bunch of meat and stuff on us. The boots are 80%. I don't need those. Oh, I got a bunch of cedar on me. Okay. I think something's not adding up here. That's better. Let's throw... It's not much weight, but I mean... It's something. Alright, let's go check our snares. See if we got anything good. Because I think the snares are going to be kind of important. Again, we only have so many rifle bullets. We get a decent amount of pistol bullets, like 50, so maybe. Those 4 arrowheads going to be pretty important. I swear the weather looks exactly like it did the day before. All right, let's burn up a little energy. Well, we're getting super thirsty and hungry sewing. We're not using much of our fatigue. You know, I think what I'll do... All right, let's make this a little bit of a trip. We'll run over here. We'll see if we got any more feathers over at the dead deer. And we'll check the little glen, whatever it's called back there. And see if we got any bunnies, and then we'll check the other set of snares. Maybe grab a few sticks, but you know, that's why I was saying, you know, the moose hide isn't like super important in this run, but as always, it's going to be helpful, especially when we want to be warm. So far, I mean, we found an expedition coat, we found snow pants, we found combat pants. We got 2 good pairs of red socks. It looks like we're stuck with 1 pair of green underwear. Nope. Think I found any more underwears. I would have put them on. Oh! I should have just thrown a rock. I should have just thrown a rock. I don't know why I didn't. Alright, I'm on. But yeah, getting some insulation, improvised insulation, and I'll probably make... Oh, man. I'm trying to decide. Is it worth it to build the crampons? I think it is. So I can protect my moose hide bag from the snow. Oh, there we go. Because the improvised insulation is only gonna last so long, and of course it gets soaking wet because it has 0% rain or waterproofing. So 3 feathers, not bad. I mean, we'll be into the fire hardened areas pretty soon. So like I said, we did really well on maples. We got like 6 or so. One of the things I want to look for today, though, is like, and I always say this about any map, but I feel like particularly in Mystery, you gotta like double check, because sometimes they just suddenly appear later for reasons. Ugh. Well, that kind of day. But yeah, you know, we can make some broth at some point, I suppose. Anyway, there's tons of ptarmigan here in Mystery Lake. We'll have more opportunity to deal with them later. But we should be able to get the boots done. And hopefully start on the moose hide bag tomorrow. Winner, winner, rabbit dinner. Come on, I see 2. Hopefully we don't get any broken snares right off the bat. See what I'm saying about the hitboxes, though?
And this pack is getting kind of heavy.
I hope that's something that gets patched, because it used to just work. It just works. Come on. There we go. Put those back down. Anyway, yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of crates in the dam we can break up. We can chop up some of the chairs in the cabins out on the lake. We have a good amount of reclaimed wood, so they're not breaking all the time. We should be able to at least keep catching rabbits for a good while. The Mystery Lake has tons of stones. I built, multiple rock caches here before. This is one of those places where you could build 3. The achievement. We can keep bashing in their little bunny heads with stones. I mean, like I said, the maglins is a big deal. It's really, really going to help extend the playthrough for quite some time. Looks like we have 2 buns. Hello. But yeah, if you don't know, if you just go in and you mark these guys with stones, eventually they'll go wherever bunnies go, right? They'll wander off somewhere else. But, yeah, if you're using snares, you can catch, while they're still there, as many as you can before they change regions. If you go in and you bash them all with rocks, it's going to be a few days before they come back. So, snares better than stones. Yes, yes. Which we have quite a few of. All right, we'll work on the boots until we can't, and then we'll tear up some rabbits. Probably use my hands. That way we extend it. So, the mechanics in this game are a little funny. If you cook something for 5 minutes, or you cook something
Drop any of this gear.
for an hour and 5 minutes, you get the same amount of cooking score. Doesn't matter. So if you want to get your cooking score up, we were discussing in this episode, one of the last 2 episodes, you can cut your meat into smaller pieces, cook smaller things, making teas is a good way to speed up the process because it takes less time. Oh, let's do the things. There wasn't much left on that, was there? There we go. Probably don't need all that candy on me either. All right. Let's just see if we can get it done tonight. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I still think for now, I mean, whatever. Just use up the... Let's just use these. Okay. It'd be nice if my mending was a little better, but it's not, and so this will help. So, 2.5 hours. should be able to get that done tonight. Boom. Pow. Perfect. All right. Much warmer, better windproofing, all the good stuff, right? We do have these. We could have repaired these, but I kind of feel like I want to save these for later, you know? Go with our renewable resource that we can use. Right. Let's put those on. Bip. Yeah, perfect. We did go up in windproofing. And we'll take these off. And everything else, leather-wise, will pretty much get sacrificed to, well, eventually fix these up, I would assume. I mean, these are nice, but these are better. And they weigh less, so. Alright, move side cured. Oh, like 1%. Whatever. Alright, let's throw this book on the ground we don't need. Why do I, you know what, let's just do these here for now. It's making me crazy. Alright, I think we'll run outside. A little more food. And then we'll stay up most of the night. Just pulling these rabbits apart with our bare hands. Now, I would say this, I'm kind of hoping in Black Frost, because, let's face it, right? If you, I mean, so pizza, when I was a kid, hunted. I have actually hunted rabbits before. And,
I'm not sure I can carry
and eaten
much
them.
more.
I like them. I think they taste pretty good. Also, I'm more of a fisherman. But, you know, I was like, I thought I heard little feet. Yeah, there's ptarmigan over there. That's all right. Anyway, yeah. I imagine, like, trying to rip apart a fish or rip apart, you know, rabbits with your bare hands. You're going to lose a lot. So I would think it would be kind of cool in Black Frost if they kind of added that in. Where if you have a knife, you're going to get more meat. Maybe you have a pocket knife, and so you don't get quite as much. And then maybe you have an actual, like, skinning knife, and you get more. And if you're trying to rip something apart with your bare hands, you're going to get, like, way less. Binkity boop. Let's make that 2 hours, right? Oh, that's the thing I was saying. So, yeah. So every time you cook something, whether it's 5 minutes or an hour and a half, it's the same amount of score, like a point, let's say. But when it comes to skinning things, the longer it takes, the more skill you get towards that perk. So stretching out, cleaning your animals is actually going to help you in your carcass harvesting. So something to remember if you're new to Long Dark. Sometimes in the early game, it's a little better, and sometimes it's really the only thing you can do.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
You're going to get more carcass harvesting just using your hands. This is a custom game, so my fatigue is set to what I believe it's the same as my immersion run. It's the same. It's just how I like to play. To me, it's the most believable. Astrid is thirsty. Let's fix that. There you go. Now let's finish off this last bun. Good go to sleep with a bunch of... Well, actually, let's throw the skins and the guts on the ground right here by the bed. So those start curing water. Oh, look at there, see? Level 3, people. Already. Did we go past 3? I would think so. Day 13. Lucky 13. Oh, yeah, we did find the Polaroid. We got a good bit of the map open. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We went a good ways past 3, so. Happy to have it. All right, let's eat, drink, and be pizza. Put that down. Chomp, chomp. I can't believe I found a mag lens right there in the corner. It's crazy. And then, I don't know, 6 hours will do it. But the moose will be cured. I mean, like I said, we can at least get it started today. Is it like 10 hours? I can't ever remember with the sewing kit. We got plenty of daylight. Let's go throw... We'll just leave that gut and stuff there for now. 3 days on the skins, 5 days on the guts, so... No big rush there. I did have a little car issue. I had to spend a little money. But I still feel like, I feel like by the end of July, I'm still on track for a PlayStation 5. Kind of excited.
If I can drop any of this gear.
Mm-hmm. It's froggy. That's okay, we're working inside today. A little more water. I don't know, maybe even another steak. I need to cook. So I need to keep an eye out on the weather during the daytime so we can use the mag lens. Try to just use it as often as possible. Here we go. Alright. Nope, wrong button. How long does this take? So yeah, 10 hours with the sewing kit. We can get this done today. 2 guts. Let's grab those. Bip. Pop. And we do have a few more guts. These are ready cured. We've got these here. Oof. Let's, actually, let's put the moose hide back down. Just a second. Let's go see... I don't really know... I don't remember what time of day I put the snares down. I think it was towards the evening. I think it kind of runs around a 24-hour cycle. But maybe not. Let's go see if we got any bunnies. Do that first. There's a wascally ptarmigan right there. I gotta get these arrows made too. Really right there in the bushes, huh? There he is. Hey, buddy. Oh, I lost him. Is that him? I think it's him right there. It was. Come on, hitbox, hitbox, hitbox. Got him. Look away.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Listen, lady. We are killing it right now. Don't harsh my buzz. All right. Leave that on the porch. Maybe we leave a couple of these. Just give myself a little room in the pockets. So here's what I want to do. I want to get the moose hide bag made, and then we're going to walk over to Trappers. Now, I've already said this in this video, and I will say this about any future videos where I landlock or region lock myself. I really like this. I think it's going to be fun, and I think we're going to do it in a couple different places. Hopefully, especially after we get some fixes going. But caves are accessible as long as you don't go to the other region, right? To me, the cave is part of this region, so I can't tell. I think I got a couple buns down, so let's go over here first and check these. Yeah, glad I decided to check these in the morning, actually. Yeah. Stop tempting me, you evil ptarmigans. They're evil. Anyway, so even though our axes, here's what I'm thinking. Like, to extend the life of the hatchets, probably, possibly to end up so I can use it from breaking ice. We'll see how we go. You know, coal and sticks, because they're renewable. Yeah, we got 2 down here. What's up, little guys? Oh, we have 3. Well, then we got 5 buns. Looking good. Use.
And this pack is getting kind of heavy.
No kidding. It's a good thing, Astrid. And we're going to make our pack even bigger, so. How about them apples? Kind of want to. And then what I think we'll do, like I said, so we get the bag made. We go get some coal. It's not a very long cave system. I don't think there's a lot of loot in there, but we can look around. But then we'll probably pull up the snares for a minute. Like, we'll probably check them. Yeah, I don't know. I'm tempted to pull them up now. Maybe we'll grab these. It's just like, you know, while the bunnies are in the area, you kind of want to catch them. But I need to have some time to explore without thinking about messing with these guys every day. And we got a few. The main thing I need from them, honestly, at this point, is guts. Well, yeah, food's not bad. We could use a fire soon too. I don't know. We'll see what the weather's like in the morning. I'm making plans, and I gotta get to the next day first. I mean, I'll have a decent amount of fatigue left. I might run over to Trappers this evening, depending on the weather. Yep. That's like a full night of just carcass harvesting right there. So yeah, I need to think about managing my time a little bit with these bunnies. So I think we'll see what we get in the morning, and then we'll pull up stakes for a little while.
I wonder if
Come
I
to
can drop
me.
any of this gear.
No, we need this. Okay. But yeah, let's get this bag made, and then probably make. I guess I should go ahead and make improvised installations, but at least have something to protect the moose hide a little bit during bad weather. Doing okay on the feathers. We need to go wander around and pick up some more. Moose hide satchel. Let's do the things first, and then I think we'll go for like 8 hours. But yeah, I need to make food and water. Um, might. Oh, that doesn't sound good. Might be able to get this done tonight. Now we can always cook inside. Just we use one of our matches, which we might end up doing here. Let's see. All right. But I think I can get this done in the next 2 hours. Using up most of the sewing kit. And there we go. Thanks to catching a moose on day 2. Yep. Oh, that's going to be so helpful. That's going to be so helpful. All right. So, yeah, look at that. 38 degrees of warmth, 22 degrees of windproofing. Not bad. And I was saying, you still got a few things we could sew. We might be able to knock on another degree or two just by fixing things up a little bit. But let's go, I don't know, let's go see what it looks like outside. That's a flyer. There we go. And we might head over to Trappers. You know, I'm so not used to there being a moose here. I should probably come out ducked. Um, yeah, probably not going to happen for tonight. I got water. It's just the meat situation. Wind's not blowing in the best direction. For an outdoor fire.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Wait until we start picking up some of this firewood. things. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I forgot about these guys. Holy crap. Alright. And you. Man. We can do a little bit of both. We can do a little bit of cleaning, a little bit of cooking, a little bit of water making. Woo! Pizza is heavy. The cooking pot's outside. What do I have on me? Nothing. That's not good. What do I don't know. I don't know. I do have a spare lantern. Let's get this started. We'll start out with cooking some of this crazy heavy meat.
This pack is getting too
I
heavy to
know,
carry.
I know. My bad. Let's grab, what's this? You know what, I'm just harvest this. Yeah, that's way better. Nope. Yep. Whoosh. Right. Use the torch. Use a stick. We'll get the fire going. We'll drop a couple steaks on the fire. We'll throw a few on the ground. We'll give ourselves a little room. I'm going to see what I did with my cooking pots.
Perfect.
Perfect. I don't know. We don't have to worry about the fire going out, so that's good. You throw this on the ground. Oof. I'm a little remiss to take the animals out of my pocket inside. I've had things disappear like way more rapidly than they should. So, yeah. I'll just keep them in the pocket. Anyway, we got a decent amount of knives, so I think what we'll try to do is, like I said, we'll try to manage the time so that we're cooking, we're cleaning.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Hmm. It's windy. Oh, look at me. Oh, it's no good. Alright. Yeah, I'll figure it out. That's not good anymore. But, I mean, I think we just gotta boil it, so an hour, I think. Steaks are cooking. It's moose meat for dinner again. We'll probably get like, I don't know, 30 minutes. Still, wait, what? Still an hour, huh? Our cooking skill is awful. Okay. Oh, so yeah, let's start with the bunnies. That's perfect. those guys cleaned up. We'll just keep chucking body parts over here. Yeah. Speed this up a little bit. That.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Astrid, if you're gonna keep saying that over and over, I don't know. Another bun's about to bite the dust. There we go. Okay. 30 minutes left. Let's see. What can we do in 30 minutes on this guy? This and that. Nice. Nice. That cooking. That's not there. Dip, dip, dip. I think what we'll do is we'll run outside and we'll start dropping some of this cooked moose meat. Just so I can move around a little bit. Asher can stop huffing and puffing in my ear. I really want to get that cougar warning flyer done. Main reason I'm usually Astrid is just I prefer her voice a bit over Mackenzie's. I mean, honestly, I think she's a better actor. But also, there's something about Will's huffing and puffing. It makes me crazy. But I do like the way he said, "Is it food?"
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Oh my gosh, Astrid. Come on. Bip, bip. We'll get some more. Oh, whatever. Nice. Yeah, look at this. Moving around like a champ. I mean, it's helpful for cleaning, but man, we really need to get that cooking score up. All right, another bunny. We're gonna end up pretty much up all night because I want to get this ptarmigan. I definitely want to get the feathers off this thing, and that alone is going to take most of the day.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Couple more. And I want to get that water. Because even though I wanted to cook some water, but no, they're too small. There we go. I wanted to make more water. I think if we just get this one done, We should be in pretty good shape. Alright, how long does it take to get a feather and some meat? About the right amount of time. Again, we'll just use the knife. We got knives. I'm not too worried about that. It's going to help with the cooking score. I mean, we have a decent amount of meat at this point. Let's cook these last two off. I think we can get another feather. Yeah. Up all night, sleep all day. Pizza's old. And we'll just eat that. Fresh off the grill, you guys. Fresh off the grill. We got some cedar downstairs. Let's get that last feather. Yeah. Two feathers, my bad. I know. Alright, good enough. And then let's grab a torch. We'll run downstairs. I guess we'll throw some of this meat on the ground outside. We'll come back in. Set the fire in a way so that I should be able to go to sleep and still get my water. And then, yeah, we'll check for rabbits and go coal hunting. Definitely want to, like, the sooner I get this, see, that's the one thing that's spinning around the back of my
I'm not
head.
sure I can carry much more.
The sooner I get this coal, put this over here. Oh yeah, over here. The sooner it'll respawn again. So yeah, even if, you know, on the day we use the last axe, we still have coal and sticks. You know what I mean? We still got coal and sticks. Alright. Oh, I forgot to... Yeah, that's right. And then we got like 38 minutes on that. I don't think I have any firewood upstairs, though. Let's grab a couple of these. Mainly I need these, I think. This will be more helpful for timing out my fire here. Alright. Water. This. Bip, 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 bip. Got 1 hour. Bip, bip. No. Yep. There we go. And then we'll bump. 4. And that is perfect. Well, now we can go to sleep. Worry about the rest of this in the morning. Afternoon, more than likely. Yeah, we don't need to sleep too long. There we go. A little more water coming. I think 5 hours. But yeah, I don't have to worry about the wind blowing my fire out. I don't have to worry about whether it's so cold that you know, evaporates. Boom, we got water. All right, we have 84 pounds because we have a bunch of water on us. That's part of it. Let's throw some of it on the ground here. Let's get a drink. Snack. Yeah. Alright, any more? Yeah. Lose those. So yeah, we got plenty of ptarmigan down for, I think, both improvised installation and a bedroll. Yep. Here, I guess. Lose some of those. Keep a frying pan on us. Yeah, I keep looking at these. I don't really need them. That one, that one, that one. Not a lot, but still better. All right. So we'll check the snares, and then we're going to head over to Trappers and go in the cave and see what kind of coal we can find. Any little loose objects, any little things, that would be great. But like I said, the cave between here and Milton is just, I think it's just pretty straightforward. I don't think there's a lot of, not a lot of little hidden areas, little areas to go to find any loot. But we'll definitely look. Oh, okay. Frog. I'm not opposed to frog. It is getting colder over time, but you know, we're in Mystery. It's definitely one of the warmer places to be. Let's say I think those are just crows flying over. If there's buns here, then there's probably buns back there. We'll pick up the snares today too, I think. Okay, we got two over there. It looks like. I mean, there's only like 2 or 3 bunnies that run around over there anyway, so. But yeah, we got more moose meat to cook. We got all these little rabbits to cook now. That'll certainly help with the cooking score. I could probably lose the rifle. I'm kind of curious at the bears over at Trappers. I'd rather get the bear on the ice, but the meat would be great. All right, bun. But yeah, the only real problem I find for myself personally with the rabbit snares is that I end up spending like you know, I'm catching so many, I'm cleaning so many that it just eats up a large amount of my day or my nights more specifically. And so I end up really just not having a lot of fatigue. Fishing's coming. It's coming. I read my book, so I already leveled up at least once in fishing. But I'm really trying to get, like... Oh, he's right there. Net positive. Look away! Look away! Look away! Aw. He literally said, aw. Because long term, I think we don't have a hacksaw, so and unless we find one in the cave, I've looked everywhere I can think of to find one. Now again, maybe I missed it like I missed the Maglins. Who knows? But there's only going to be, you know, so many hooks I can make. But bun buns are going to last for a while. Hey guys. Oh, we got our first ruined snare. Listen, I'm not crazy. I've looked it up.
And this pack is getting kind of heavy.
More people than me believe that snares are snapping at a much faster rate than they used to. Just saying. It's not just crazy old pizza. Other people agree. Does it make it true? I mean, I don't know. I think so. It fits my narrative, so I'm going with it. You could probably get a fire started with the Maglins today, too. That's kind of frustrating. Yeah, unless I can find a hacksaw, I am pretty limited when it comes to fishing tackle, which we also need for sewing. So, because we already beat up 2 of our repair kits, so. Oh yeah, we can break that up for wood. Let's chuck it on the ground here. Boink. Go. What else? I feel like there's something else I don't really need on me. Oh yeah. All right. How much water do we have? Enough for what we need today. All right. So yeah, let's go hit the cave by trappers. See how much coal we can get. And again, mainly just so, I mean, one, it'll be nice to have some coal in my pocket in case we do get that cold day or we get hit by a blizzard or something like that. But also a renewable resource. And having a cave full of coal that isn't going to respawn until I pick it up is kind of silly. So. Let's go get it. Let's do this. Now, there's a cooking pot we should pick up on the way. I don't really think I left anything at Trappers But we'll double check that while we're over there. I don't even know. You know what? I either need to grab the rest of my rifle bullets or put the rifle down. One of the two. Now there were little frozen bunnies. There were saplings over by trappers. We got those. I want to look for saplings again over by the dam. I just don't feel like maybe they didn't load in. Let's grab these. I'm not 100% convinced I want to shoot a bear over here right now. I'll just see how I feel. If he's there, maybe. If he's not, you know, it's not a big deal. Coal is the goal. Coal is the goal. The goal is coal. Coal is the goal. Alright, let's go. And a cooking pot. Yeah. I might as well put the bullets in this thing. I did clean this up. We're in the 90% range, like close to 100. I got like 5% left on the one cleaning kit I got. I think I have at least one more. We're sure burns. Run for your lives. But yeah, we'll grab the coal. Probably grab some sticks on the way back. But yeah, you know, like I said, on any map, I would always double check. Like, I don't feel like things always load in correctly, particularly saplings. So if you have areas that you're pretty sure, like, oh, I think saplings do spawn here, that doesn't mean they're ever going to be there, but you should always double check. But anyway, pot. Our way over to trappers. Maybe we'll go look for some feathers. Little side mission. I I'm not 100% on do I have all the harvestables, but I think, I mean, I got the ones from here, I'm pretty sure. There we go. Perfect. We'll get some fire hardened arrows made in this episode. Hello, dear. Lots of chores. Choring. We're choring today. We're choring pretty hard. There's probably a couple mushrooms laying around I didn't get. But yeah, it can't hurt me to just go ahead and get some teas made. I mean, it doesn't make much of a difference whether they're cooked or not. I mean, it adds a little bit of weight, but here. Which reminds me about that improvised installation. And again, do I want to spend the scrap metal on making the crampons? Because they'll pretty much last forever, right? And as long as I have put those on, it'll protect my moose hide bag. Poor Astrid. Man, I do think we could probably get a fire going today with the Maglin, so. I don't know, a lot of ifs and ands and buts. See if Max has any feathers. You got any feathers, Max? He does. Thank you, Max. He didn't have an axe or a knife or I think any loot, honestly, but we'll take those. Alright. Is Mr. Bear over here and do I care? Doesn't look like it, so honestly, it's kind of a relief. Just like I don't have to make that decision right now. I feel like the unnamed pond is like the best place to regularly get a bear in Mystery Lake. You know. Let's grab a few of these and let's get in here and see if well, I know there's coal in here. Let's go get some coal. Hopefully the game doesn't crash. They're, like I said, I'm still waiting for them to, fix the bugs in the game that are already here. Everybody's like, Perseverance Mills, Perseverance Mills. When are we getting the maps? Gotta have the maps for Perseverance Mills. When are we getting the shotgun? Can we just fix the base game first? Please? I doubt it's happening. They'll put the maps in and do stuff like that before they fix the base game. Bet. Big old stacks of money that I don't have. Yo, I went to the gas station today. I was like, oh, we got a gun book. Alright, that's cool.
I think I can use this.
I think we can too. Anyway, I was like, I'm gonna put 30 bucks in. I put up the pump, go inside, because you got, like, what is with that? Here's some things that irritate me about modern society. Okay. One, you can't prepay at the pump hardly anywhere, at least in Virginia anymore. You have to go inside. Not only that, you have to put some like ridiculous. So, if you don't know, you want to fill the tank, but you're not exactly sure how much it's going to be. Right? So you're like, yeah, you got to go in and say, oh, I'm going to put $75 in gas. And then, like, at least momentarily, they have $75 of your stuff. And if it's $60 to fill your tank, well, you know, they'll put the $15 back on your card. What? Like, why can't I just put my card in and get some gas? Like, I don't get it. And the other thing that makes me nuts, and I think it's just bullcrap. So in the state of Virginia, and in most states, honestly, if you want to buy tobacco, right, or a lighter, because they'll charge you for a lighter here, uh, if you look under the age of 21, they're supposed to card you. Right? Ooh. For alcohol, right, in the state of Virginia, if you look under the age of 30, they're supposed to card you. Pizza is over 50 years old. Yep, OG gamer in the title, in the description, right? I'm not pretending to be something I'm not. Gray hair, gray beard. I don't look under 21. I don't look under 30. I certainly don't look under the age of 18. But a lot of the gas stations and convenience stores and grocery stores and stuff require you to give your ID. Now the thing is, you don't just hand your ID to the customer service person, right? Your cashier or whatever. And they look at it and they type in your birth date. They scan it, right? And that's the scan is the scam. The scan is a scam, people. The scan is a scam. Why? Because they have my full name, including my middle name, right? Because it's on my ID. They have my full address. My license number, so access to my driving record. Yes, yes. And anything that's attached to it. Oh, I thought that was salt for a minute. Why would they do that? Well, so they can send me crap in the mail and figure out my email somehow. So if I stop at a Sheetz or a Wawa, both these places require you to have an ID to buy tobacco, a lighter, or alcohol. They got everything on me. I mean, literally, they got everything on you. So if I buy a Power Armor or a Pepsi or a chicken biscuit, guess what's going to show up in my mail? And you think, well, that's convenient. $2 off a biscuit. Buy one Power Armor, get a second Power Armor free. Come on, pizza. That's a deal. Why wouldn't you do it? They don't need all my gosh dang information to do that. They don't. Corporations don't need all that for my purchase. Plus, they're tracking you. Oh, this guy drinks whiskey and likes malt liquor, or this guy, you know. And then here's the thing that really pisses me off. I'm gonna tell you all a little story right here, right? So this is back in like January. I think we had a super cold snap, right? A lot of snow and everything. Anyway, I came from work, and a lot of gas stations were closed. I went to Wawa up the street.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
And I'll take you to. Well, yeah, no, we'll take it. You. Oh, keep forgetting this is here. Can I run? Alright, we can move. I mean, it's a couple more shots, right? Don't need film. Alright, let's get this stuff out of here and go. Anyway, so I'm going up to the Wawa. Now, like I said, pizza. I'm a 50-year-old dude. I'm Gen X. I'm not rich. I'm not poor. But I'm just of that type. I just, I wear what I wear, right? And I look like I look. So I'm going up to Wawa. And, well, I put up to the pump. There's all the snow and ice and everything. And, of course, I got to go inside to pay and do my things. But I'm like doing that, and I'm walking up, and I see what. And again, I don't know. I don't know this guy's deal. But if I had to guess, he was probably homeless, right? Homeless, not unhoused. Homeless, right? But I wasn't 100% convinced because, I mean, he had he had some holes in his clothes. His clothes were a little bit ragged. But here's the other thing, too, right? He had a service jacket on, right? With some patches. This guy was in the military, or, I don't know, maybe he went to the military store and bought some stuff. Either way, right? And this guy is looking like probably, if I had to guess, somewhere between 68 and 73. Okay, right? And I see him hitting up people, and they're walking past him, and they're not listening to him, and whatever. But I walk up, and he approaches me, and he's like, "Hey, man, can you do me a favor?" And like I said, I look like I look. I don't know if it's a sucker or just the kind of guy that's going to help you. That's just how I look, and that's actually. I mean, I like looking like that. I like looking like the guy that's going to lend you a hand, right? Like, what's up, brother? And he's like, man. So I got these Wawa gift cards from one of my kids, right? He's like, will you do me a favor and go inside and buy me a bunch of cigarettes? This is what set this whole thing off in my head. And I was like, yeah, but why can't you just go do it? And he's like, oh, they card people here, and I don't have an ID. So I went in and bought I think it was 6 packs of Cools or I don't know, Newports, whatever, some kind of menthol cigarette. Which of course I had to hand my ID over and get it scanned, right? This man, he shouldn't get ID'd anywhere for anything at any time. This is an old man. Oh, thanks for coming back. Appreciate it. Mrs. Wright. This is a grown-ass man who served, I would probably say, I mean, he was it could have been Panama, maybe Iraq 1. I don't think he was quite, I mean, maybe Vietnam, I don't know. But like I said, he had the green army. I think it's the coat they wear. It's not formal, but it's you're out and about. Anyway, whatever. Patches and everything. I mean, this man is a veteran of a foreign war. Old enough to be possibly my father. who was a Vietnam vet, and he can't buy cigarettes. Or cigarettes are bad. Shut up. I don't give a good. This man has earned it. I don't care if he smokes himself to death. That's his prerogative. That's American. You want to drink and smoke yourself to death, brother? Have at it. You want to eat a big fatty cheeseburger on the day you die? I don't give a shit. More power to you. You know what I'm saying? America. Love it, baby. But he can't. He can't go. He can't. And the thing is, and here's what I love about 7-Eleven, y'all. I will praise 7-Eleven to the day I die. They don't card unless you look under 30 or under 21. If you look under 21 and you're trying to buy tobacco or a lighter, they don't care. They're going to ID you, right? But if you look like a 70-year-old vet, they're not going to ask for your ID. I go to the liquor store, pizza, drinks, liquor, because I'm 50 years old. I can do what I want, right? I never get carded. You know why? Because I'm 50 years old and I look like it. They don't ever card me. If I want to get a cigar or whatever from 7-Eleven, they're not going to ask me for my ID. Why would they? That makes no sense. He's a grown-ass man doing grown man things. Let him be. But he, like I said, his kids gave him some like a bunch of Wawa gift cards, and he can't even go and buy like. You know, he didn't ask for liquor; he wanted cigarettes. But I mean, if he wanted a 40-ounce and pack of Cools, let this man come in and buy his stuff. But no, because they want your address, because they want to sell you something, because they want to send you a coupon in the mail, and we're getting around to that. Guess what shows up in my friggin' mailbox about 3 weeks later? Coupons for buying whatever menthol cigarettes they were. Brothers and sisters. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and squirrels. The law in Virginia says if you look underage,
This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
you must ID these people. But guess what that means also? That means if they don't look underage, you don't ID them. You don't need to. You look at an old man and say that a 90-year, let's say there's a 106-year-old man that served in World War II. But he left his ID at home, or he's homeless like a lot of vets. This man can't go in and buy a damn drink and some smokes. You can't scan your ID. Y'all, nope. That is un-American, in my personal opinion. That is copiously intrusive. And, man, it just makes me sad. It's so frustrating, so unnecessary, so just incomprehensible to me from where we used to be to where we are now. And nobody gives a damn. I mean, I get it if you don't like smoke or drink. What does it matter? Who cares? I don't care. Maybe you want to buy a lighter on the 4th of July for your illegal fireworks, because they're illegal pretty much everywhere. Except in, like, North Carolina. Thank God for North Carolina. But Your ID's in the car. Well, now you got to go run back to your car to get your ID to buy a lighter. You're 70 years old. I, I, I have no words. I hate it. Oh boy. All right. Rant over for now. Yeah. Yeah. Let me slide bag getting wet. Let's get inside.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
No joke, Astrid. No joke. Yeah, like I said, I hadn't really thought about it because, like I said, it's not something that comes up very often. You know, I get a big jug of liquor like once a month. I go to the ABC store. They don't ever card me. So the government organization, because I mean, if you live in West Virginia, you can go to Walmart at 2 o'clock in the morning and buy like, you know, 8 gallons of liquor. But in Virginia, if you want to buy liquor, you have to go to a liquor store, the ABC store, the government-run organization. They look at you and they go, "This guy is definitely over 30." They don't card you. Why would they? They're following the letter of the law. But if I go to some stupid ass gas station in the middle of nowhere, I have to have my ID scanned so they can get literally all my information. No. Pizza might become a politician just temporarily to get rid of this because I hate this. All right, I'm going to take a quick break. Literally, I got to run to the restroom. I'll be right back.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
Y'all, pizza for state Congress. What's your platform? A. Uh, we go back to the law. The corporations cannot require you to scan your ID. Give your birth date, something like that. Show them your ID. Type in your birth date. Move the heck on. Right? That's position number one. Thanks, Mrs. Wright. I feel like Mrs. Wright would vote for me, even if it was just for laughs. All right. Position number two. All right. Pizza has LGBTQ plus family members. I didn't need them to be cool. but it doesn't hurt, right? If you don't want trans people to read your kids stories to the library, they don't have to go. Addendum A. We don't censor books at the library. Good God. That, I love to read. I love to read. I learned more from the library than I ever did in school. Period. And you're probably going, the library? Can I just watch a YouTube video? You can, but there's still things in the library that might change your life, right? Uh, Censorship, none of that stuff.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Be you. Do you. Read what you want. What else? What else? Oh, I tell you what. Here's another one. Lower the prices of fishing licenses. Like $5, right? And also, entrances into state parks, if you want to give money, you can. But it shouldn't be required. It's a it's a state park. It's a federal park. Like it's land set aside for me. So if I want to toss $5 in the kitty, great. Don't charge me $10 to go walk around on land set aside for me to go fishing there. Grr, arg. Go spend $30 on a fishing license so I can go to the state park and spend $15 to get in. No, thank you.
Man, this pack is getting kind of heavy.
It sure is, Astrid. For once, I'm in 100% agreement with you. We have way too much crap in our pockets. Oh, here's another one. Uh, y'all may not like this one. Heavier enforcement of traffic laws, but less enforcement of dumb tickets. So, like, if your state inspection isn't good, if your tag isn't good, if your rear view, if your side mirror is kind of hanging to the weirdness, or you don't have one, but if you're speeding or tailgating or aggressive driving, penalties should be higher, like really high. All right, spare rifle on the ground. That's going to help a ton. Man, it's these 5 feathers is what it is. Because people are outrageous on the roads. Outrageous. Let's drop 2 pieces of coal. Going. 3 pieces of coal. That's fine. Right, I think the rest of it is bunnies and burbs. Oh, we got some salt. Some random salt. Need that. Hey, Anna Right, 1988. You're killing it. Mrs. Right. I don't always read her name out all the way because I don't know. But she does have a YouTube channel, and I guess if you want to subscribe, you could go do that. 100%. But yeah, I agree. I agree. I personally, so Pizza has a CDL, which is a commercial driver's license. I used to drive tractor trailer. It has a little bit of to what to do what I do now with my work. Um, but anyway, so I don't get tickets. I don't, I'm very. Here, here's pizza, right? Here's my ethos. Uh, Let me describe it in several parts. A, it's okay to be a grown up. We're so youth obsessed in America, and staying young and staying dumb, right? That like being a grown up is like a bad thing, right? Being a grown up is a great thing, right? Especially on the road, driving a 2 to like 6,000 pound vehicle. That's just normal people vehicles. We're not talking about tractor trailers and stuff right now. But anyway, I had no idea because in Virginia, every 10 years, right? 10 years before you need to get a new license. So after a year, I went and I went to buy. Here's what happened. I went to buy, I guess, some beer or something, and they scanned my ID, and they were like, "Oh, I'm sorry, we can't sell to you." And I'm like, "First of all, I'm 50. What are you talking about? Why'd you have to scan my ID in the first place? And what are you talking about?" They're like, "Your ID is expired." I'm like, "Oh man, okay." So we had to do it online, and online's like, "It's been over a year. You have to go to the DMV." I'm like, "Okay." So we go to the DMV, and they're like, "Oh, you need to get a learner's permit and retake not only the written test, but the driving test." I'm like 20 years older than the person telling me this. I've been driving for 30 years plus at this point. Commercial CDLA, right? That's with hazardous material attached. I can drive nuclear, or no, not nuclear, but I could drive like, you know, a truck full of liquid sulfur. I gotta go sit with a dude in my 2008 Taurus. That thing's the Mac, by the way. Take care of your vehicles, people. Thing's been paid off for years. Doesn't cost me nothing but $60 a year in state property taxes because I own a car. Are you kidding me? Are you? Pizza was a driver's. I taught driver's ed in high school. I was a high school teacher. I taught driver's ed, and I had my own business driving school for 15 years. I have a license to teach people to drive both cars and tractor trailers. But I got to go sit with Fred and tool around the neighborhood to get my license back? Are you kidding me? What a scam. There's platform number 4. Pizza is about to run for office. Listen, Mrs. Wright is talking about hyperinflation, another scam. Hear me out, right? So when I moved out, I was 19. It was 1992, 91, 92, right? A 2 liter of soda. Like we had gone from glass bottles to plastic bottles, right? A 2 liter of Coca-Cola, right? And I'm using that name brand on purpose right now because it's considered, you know, the soft drink, right? Was 59 cents. Today, not at a dollar store, just in your average mid-level grocery store, not high end or whatever. It gets more expensive depending on where you shop, right? It's like 3.50. Same plastic bottle, same amount of Coca-Cola. What's the difference? Nothing but greed. On top of which, on top of which, on top of which, in the state of Virginia, technically, minimum wage is under $9 an hour. It's like 8.50, 8.75, something like that. Can you imagine? And there are plenty of places that pay that here. Can you imagine trying to live on, we'll just say 8.50, $8.50 an hour. Are you joking? Are like rent at like a low level here is like $1,200 a month, and you're living in the ghetto. Plus electricity, plus water, plus garbage. And let's not forget food, gas. Gas. So Virginia has offshore drilling and pipelines that run through Virginia. We actually have some of the cheapest gas uh, in America. It just is where we live. Um, but it's $6 a gallon for diesel, and it just dropped down in the last like month from about, it was around $7 a gallon for diesel. Now it's around $6. Some places you can find it for like $5.75. And then unleaded has recently, guys, dropped down to $4.05 a gallon. My brother works for a company that luckily pays for his fuel. I'm standing here in the dark. I'm so sorry, but I'm going off. I'm having a moment, people. I'm having a moment. But he's working in California, right? Diesel is like $8 to $9 a gallon, and unleaded is between $6 and $7 a gallon. He texted me the other day. He was like, "If my company didn't pay for the fuel, I couldn't afford to live. To live. Not just to drive, but to live." Yeah. What a mess. And it had, and listen, I feel you 100%. Yeah, F that. $11 minimum wage. Yeah, once you head out, you're Midwest. Once you get past the East Coast, like once you get out of the South and the Mid Atlantic states, the Mid Atlantic states are at least a little better than the South. Like what you're generally going to find for a job here in Virginia for minimum wage is going to be between. Most people go $11, like you, 11 to 15, right? But technically, they only have to pay $8 and some change. And you know who's getting screwed, right? Old people and young people. People who are 70 years old and life has been rough and they still need to keep on busting their ass every day. And they're saying hello to people at Walmart for 8 and some change. Or you're 19 years old, just moved out, 20 years old, whatever, 25. You graduated from college, you've got like $100,000 worth of debt, and you're making $9 an hour. It's crazy. It's insane. It makes no sense. So, to bring it back to what you were saying about 1980 pricing, right? The thing that was different in 1980 was that the minimum wage was fairer to the inflation rate, right? So when I started working and making my money in 1992, well, I mean, I worked all through my whole life. I had lawn mowing and lawnmower repair, landscaping. I sold candy. I did all kinds of little, and some shady stuff too. And but I'm talking about like went to work 40 hours a week daily. Uh, I worked at a really popular. The first job I had was decent. I was a butcher's apprentice, but that grocery store closed. Then I went into waiting, or actually to bussing tables. Got promoted to head busser. Got a chance of being a waiter. Got promoted to head waiter at a steakhouse, right? And on Fridays and Saturdays, just those 2 days alone, I could make $300 to $400. I was a pimp. I was a player. My rent was $350 a month. So I made rent in one night. One night. I was working like 5 to 7 days a week. I bought a car. I got like, I had, and listen to me, rent for a 2 bedroom, 2 bath, full kitchen, full dining room, full living room, a patio. I was living like a king. A couple years later, I was a corporate trainer for Ruby Tuesdays, making $50,000 a year. So I'm like 22 years old, balling. Just steaks every night. I moved to Colorado. I was paying, in Colorado, I lived in Boulder, which is a small community, right? Not a lot of housing. It's very expensive to live there. It was at the time. I was paying $850 a month in rent. It was like a week's paycheck. It was nothing. I went to every concert at Red Rocks. I've seen so many bands. There's so many places. We were chasing around the Grateful Dead. We ended up chasing around Fish. We did whatever the hell we wanted to. But the pay rate met inflation. Today, No. Minimum wage should be at least $20. At least. I would say if you really wanted to make it fair and average, $22 an hour. $11, $12, $8, whether they pay above it or not. Even in California, which is one of the most expensive places to live, it's like $20 an hour. And you're still grinding. You're still slaving. You were 4 in 1992. Yeah. I was 19. Ohio. Oh, oh, Ohio. It is. Yeah. No, there's a curse surrounded from the Arapaho Indians about particularly the Boulder area, but Colorado in general. It says if you if you live there, you'll never want to leave. If you leave, it will always be foremost in your heart. Uh, Listen, I got a few years left. I may end up back there. But yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. You know, it's like you want to eat a steak, one steak, like $15. It doesn't even necessarily need to be that's not even a very good cut. It's like a T-bone. You know, the New York Strip is heading towards 18. You want a porterhouse? Please. Milk is outrageous. Cheese is outrageous. Everything is outrageous. And here's like another good sign of like just living in a terrible economy. The proliferation of dollar stores, right? Which nothing is a dollar in a dollar store. Nothing. There's when I was a teenager, I worked at I think it was just called the 99-cent store. I think that's what it was called. And then we had stuff that was under, we had a lot of stuff that was like 50 cents a quarter. Hmm. No. The minimum wage in this country is it's outrageous. It's they wonder why. So just like Japan, who hit hyperinflation, the birth rate in America is declining like never before. It is scarily declining. It is declining to a point where, if you really look at it long term, we are not having enough kids here uh, to replace us, to continue on the American dream, to continue on a nation, to continue the GDP. It has nothing to do with, oh, Gen Z, Gen A, yes, 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 yes. I hate all that shit. Leave them kids alone. Leave them alone. They're fine. It's the world we built around them that is messed up. They don't want to have kids. They can't afford them. They can't afford them. My son, born in 1998, cost $12,000. And isn't that a weird thing to say in such a highly advanced technical country in 2026. That's how much my son cost. He cost 12 grand. My daughter, born in 2004, cost 38 grand. What are we doing? What are we doing? And then people with money and the people who are up there are like, we need more workers. We need more people. Why aren't the poor having kids so they can work in our stupid factories? What's wrong with them? They can't live. They can't afford to have children. It's absurd. It's absurd. We are killing our country to satiate billionaires who blame us. Who blame us. We don't pay a decent standard of living. We've driven up the cost so we can. And that's the other thing about the model of business in America that we really need to discuss really quickly. You don't have to increase your profits every single year. What you made $3.8 billion last year. But next year, if you don't make 3.9, that's the real problem. Is it because of growth? Is it because you need that cash inflow to grow the business? No. It's so you can pay your executives $70 million, $100 million, $30 million a year. It's so when they retire, they get a golden parachute benefit of like $80 million. That's why you need to increase. It's insane. It's that mean. Where the person is riding a bike and then they stick a stick in their spokes in their front wheel and they crash and they yell at the stick, "Why did you do this?" Unbelievable. No, and I'm not a nostalgic type person. I don't want to go back to 1980. I really don't. I was 7 years old. It was an awkward time. 80s weren't. You know what? Let's throw this in there too. So we have glamorized the past to a point where Gen Z and Gen A really actually believe that it was better to have lived back then. No, no, absolutely not. And all these people, especially my friends who are all over Facebook and Instagram and all this stuff, you know, I'd go back in a heartbeat. Oh, I can't. I wish I could go back to do. Okay, you want to go back to the best day. You want to go back to the best year. You want to go back to the best moments of that. The things that really defined, and yeah, there was a lot of freedom, but like, it wasn't good. There were lots of horrible shit going on. We, we, we could go outside, and our parents, we didn't, you know, we go outside at like 7 a.m. We get kicked out as soon as Saturday cartoons was over, and we didn't have to be back in the summer until the lights came on. That was like 9 o'clock at night. Do you know much how like ridiculous, crazy? And we look back on that and we go, yeah, we had so much fun. Crazy stuff went down. Terrible things that could have happened. Terrible things that did happen because our parents didn't care where we were for like 16 hours of a day. You want to go back. Do you really want to go back to fourth grade with your teacher that was abusive and hit you because that was perfectly legal? Who picked on you because you were the white kid, the black kid, the weird kid, the autistic kid, the gay kid? Do you really want to go back? Do you really want to go back and sit there staring at the clock, waiting, freaking out at 2:55, waiting for the bell to ring at 3? Do you really want to go back to when bullying was just the norm? Like, I'm a chill ass person, but I bullied kids because that's what you did. You had to. Even if, and I was bullied. I was the nerd or whatever, but I still had other kids to pick on. So didn't that make me something better than them? Do we really want to go back there? I don't think so. I don't think people really think about it. Yeah, I agree. But that's another thing. And let me interject 2 points. Mike Rowe. I hate that conservative prick. But assholes can be right. I don't know what to say. We need to work on the skill set of Americans. We need to get blue collar work and trades back in everything. And that's what the friggin' elites want. But the problem is, working in a factory pays $11 an hour. In 1992, $11 an hour was a good job. Holy crap. You was making it. You was banking it, yo. Now, for the same job, guess what they're making? $11 an hour. They should be making 30. Oof, that drawer's full. I can't really make. Oh, we got the dead guy. We got George. Hey, George, you want to hold some things for me? Sure, man. I don't care. Of course you don't. You're dead. Here we go. Why don't you hold 11 of these? Thanks, bud. There we go. We're under 70 pounds. I feel like nostalgia is. Here's what nostalgia is supposed to be. Right? It's looking back on a situation, a time, a place, a moment, a scent, a thing, and it brings you back, and it makes you. It's like a drug, like I said. It makes you feel good. You're like, man. I remember. What? Here's a real memory. I remember being probably about 7 years old at the Winn-Dixie in Montgomery, Alabama, and my mom gave me a quarter to go plop in like the good machine, right? You get a high bounce ball, you could get a fake tattoo, you get those weird chemical plastic balloons that got you super high, like super glue or airplane glue or whatever. But there was this machine called Donkey Kong. I plucked my little quarter in there and I stood on the little stool they had beside it and I was transformed and transfixed. What are we doing right now, people? What are we doing? We're playing an arcade game. We're playing a video game. That's how much of an impact it had on me, like 40 plus years ago. Do I want to be 7 again? No. Absolutely not. Let's chuck this hat in here. You know, like, what? I thought we were surviving in the long dark, pizza. Listen, it's survival here, it's survival out here as well. And a lot of people are barely surviving. Well, in either place, really. What should we do today? We got some coal. We picked up our snares. We got the boots. We got the improvised installation. Let's do that. What do I need for that? I need cloth, right? How many 4 pieces? I got like 8. I still think it might be worth it. That's that many less fishing tackles. Oh no. Guess let's look here. Where is improvised installation? Why? Why can't I make it? I'm a little confused. Maybe if we get the stuff on us, it will show me. I would have thought it would have been in clothing. Yeah. I'm not crazy. This is the thing, right? Interesting you can make the rug without the other stuff. Is it, like, it wouldn't be over here. And you don't need, like, we can make the crampons. I really don't understand. Hmm. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Multiple generation. Oh, you know what? Maybe it's just in this inventory. I bet that's it. Kids can't move out. Parents need the kids to help pay the bills. There we go. There we go. 4 cloth. Yeah. No, you have. That still wasn't enough. What am I missing? I keep clicking on that. Here we go. Well, we got to do it at some point. The weather sounds like crap. Boop a doop, look at that. Up to 41 and 23. It gives you a little bit of protection too. I didn't know that. I had no idea. Yeah, because at least in my time, right? And Gen X was, I feel like the millennials took the are the biggest part of this. Uh, but at the same time, like Gen X started that whole like living with. I moved out at 19. I'm that part of Gen X. But there is the Gen X that like lived at home until their 20s or whatever. Some of them never moved out. I had an uncle that I had. It's a weird story, but my grandmother remarried a younger man after she divorced my terrible dirtbag, cheating, wife beating grandfather, who luckily I only met once. And he wanted a kid. She was like, I ain't making no babies. So they adopted a baby. And my uncle is only like 4 or 5 years older than me. But yeah, he never moved out. He lived with them until they died and got their house. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I think when we got to millennials and then to Gen Z and especially now to Gen A, they don't have. What are they going to do? They can't afford to move out. They can't afford anything other than rent, really. Owning things has just been snatched from people because it makes more money for rich people. 100%. You don't want people to own things. You don't want people to eventually have enough money to like pay the bank and own things because you can't squeeze any more dimes out of them. There's a song by the Doors. It's called 5 to 1. 5 to 1, baby, 1 in 5. No one here gets out alive. Trade in your hours for a handful of dimes. Ba doo 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 doo. That's what we do these days. We trade in our hours for a handful of dimes. I mean, all right, I got the cloth for this. That's how we do it. Cause baby, it's cold outside. There she is. Oh no, we didn't finish. It's gonna make me too hungry? Nah. Oh, weather's better. Yeah. And imagine, like, I imagine you and Mr. and Mrs. You and Mr. Right. Like, you gotta pray hard for your kids to get, like, all kinds of good things. Like, my son was lucky being born when he was, and things were a bit more cheaper, and things happened for him in a way that worked out well. My daughter, I pushed her so much harder than I ever pushed my son. And it has nothing to do with the male-female dichotomy. Nothing to do with that. It's all about finances. It's all about money. I was like, you have to get good grades. You have to take AP classes. You have to take, uh, you need to go to community college while you're in high school. You need to get these credits. You need to get these things done, or you're going to be so behind. You need scholarships. You need to get grants. You need to push so much harder if you really want a lifestyle free of debt. With also taking on debt. And luckily, through perseverance, hard work, and the love and kindness of myself, my ex-wife, our partners, and our parents, she's going to be able to graduate college next year and maybe have about 30 grand of debt. Hey! Thank you, Mrs. Wright. Hope you have a great day. Good luck on the appointment. Catch you later. Good talking to you too, as always. As always, Mrs. Wright. Woo! What a supporter. Listen. There's what we need right there. That's what people need right there. You need someone in your corner. You need someone saying, "Hey, go for it. Do it. I appreciate you." And you know what you need to turn around and do and say, "Hey, thanks. Thanks, Mrs. Wright. I appreciate you too. I hope the whole fam is just doing amazing. You guys are so awesome. So incredible. So wonderful to talk to."
Right now.
Gulp. All right. What do I want to do? Whew. I've been ranting for, what time is it? Is it really almost 1:30? My goodness. All right, listen. All right. Classic Long Dark saying, let's see what the weather is doing outside. I mean, it's not too shabby. It's probably not bright enough, right? It can't be bright enough. It'd be funny if I could use some mag lens. Yeah, we got a 0% chance. I'm a little concerned about water, to be honest. So I think we have a little outdoor fire. And let's get some water going. I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, it's 85% either way, but I feel like at least before you get to level 4, you have a better chance with a
Come on,
stick
little fire.
than a cedar log. But I do need to think about let's figure it out. Yeah. I mean, I have a nice little pile here, but I'm just thinking long run. We might cook a little deer meat. Get a little revolver skill. Look, you know, sometimes people are more intense than you planned on. What are you going to do? Pizza's a real human being. I have real human being thoughts, and, you know, they may not align with what you believe, and that's fine. That's what's great about being an American. I absolutely, totally believe that. That's what makes America actually great. Differences of opinions, differences in thoughts, differences in just about everything. Differences create change. Differences create growth. Differences make us great. Period. And that has no political alignment, I promise you. Because I'm going to tell you the fairest thing I can tell anyone. I hate all politicians. Everyone should be fired, and people that would never take the job should be forced to do it. The term limits, because they don't want to do this crap. They don't want to be in charge. They don't want to do this. We're jacks. Anyway, I'll be right back. Do y'all hear that ptarmigan mocking me? I think it's time. 2 minutes until melted. Heroes, my friends. Anyway, I'm not going to apologize at all. But if you sat through my diatribe, my rant, again, agree, disagree, agree to disagree, that's fine. That's what's beautiful about America. You have the right to listen and the right to fast forward. All right. grab some of these. We'll figure it out in a minute. We'll grab some of these. I think I have enough, but just in case. Gotta make sure. Alright, let's get some fire hardened arrows so we can take out some of these ptarmigans, so we can get some ptarmigan meat. We do have one bag of flour. I think I should save it for rosehip pies, to be honest. But we can make some stock. We can get a few more calories out of it. "22 minutes, let's go." Alright, how much do we have left? 35 here, 56 on this. Let's add another. Let's get another 3.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
You can, but not right now. Nice. Alright, so we should have 6. Let's get 9. Let's get 9 fire hardened arrows. That'll leave me a few feathers for actual arrows. Yeah. And we'll read our book. A little more pistol score, never hurt pizza. Um, 32 minutes. I bet. Here's, you know what? Let's grab a couple. Oh, that ptarmigan, it's just teasing me. It's just like, hey, pizza, why are you so stupid? There we go. Oh, that's a small piece. One big piece. There we go. Alright, check that there. Let's eat. Oh my gosh. This. More importantly, this. Let's drop a little more water outside. We'll go with like 0.92. Yeah, that works. And then we want some water inside too. So we'll use that. Nope. Let's go sticks. That should do it. Nice. Speed this up. Oh, I should have read the book. Yeah, well. Little lunch for tomorrow, breakfast, dinner, tonight, whatever. Tell you what. I wish I had 20 Mrs. Wrights on my channel. He'd be running in his mouth all day. I mean, it's mostly water, right? Sure. Okay. So I think the next thing I want to go for, we got the insulation. We're to 41. There's a few repairs we still need to do. These gloves are great, right? Because, I mean, 1.7 of warmth is nice. 1.7 of windproofing, also good. 30% on waterproofing, incredible. But I think we should go rabbit skin gloves. It's going to add another pound 10. But to bring that warmth up to 3.6 and the windproofing up to 3.6, and I think like a 50% waterproofing. So, what do we need for gloves? We need 4 and 2. Two. Yeah. We got guts curing and rabbit hides all over the place, so. I think we're going to do, again, because we can, we'll just use this. There we go. The hat, I kind of want the hat, but I feel like because we have the two aviators caps, we should probably use those till they're about ragged, right? So let's go with these. They are fine. And we'll just knock them straight out. Straight out. There we go. It looks sunny outside. We might do another fire. We might do another fire. All right, so watch this. Bam! 43 degrees, 25 degrees, windproofing. Pretty stellar. Pretty stellar. Yeah. Chuck those in there. Alright. Put those in here for now. Where are my other arrowheads? I feel like I should have 2 more arrowheads somewhere. What? This says I only have 2 arrows. I should have like 4 arrows. Oh, there's 3. Alright. 3's not bad. Alright, let's grab, because that's perfect for one of these. Alright, let's go ahead and make those. Nice. And then feathers. Man, almost another whole day gooping around inside. Let me see. Firewood could be a bit of an issue.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
No. But if I can get a fire started with a mag lens, let's do that. Whoops. Holy crap. Nothing. Everything's fine. I didn't just not get rid of everything. Um. Hmm. Yeah. Well, happening today. I think it's more about the time of day. Really, than it is about clarity. Fine. That's better. Yoink, yoink. Yeah, Let's see what the day brings. Let's see what the day brings. Let's see. We should be able to get at least one more arrow made. Maybe two. Maybe two. It'll give us a little archery skill. So I think what we do is we set ourselves up tomorrow for like a ptarmigan hunt, maybe. Get all our arrows made. There we go. Nope. Yep. There we go. Drop those. Drop these. And then... Except we may need to see what the day brings. Ah, annoying. Let's see what the weather's like outside. We might be able to finish this book just kind of hanging out on the porch. If it's not snowing, I mean, you know, there's enough light to read. We should be pretty good. We should be pretty good. What time it is? Yeah, we're getting there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Nice clear night. Let's do this. And this. Is it enough? Yes. Beautiful. Day 16. Pistol score. Over 3. So we're getting some condition repair action. I mean, 3 condition per repair action. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. We can get this cleaned up a little bit. Recoils down. Don't really need to worry about the struggle effectiveness unless we need to. Chomp, chomp. I just feel like I do have a little idea. Whew, it's getting warm in here. This way. We do have another curtain. There we go. Okay. I feel like we went to the bottom. Isn't really. Well, no. We got one up. There we go. There we go. Head upstairs, get some rest, and I don't know. Think about things. Think about stuff. I'll go 5. 5. Oh, we got our first Aurora. Oh, what's his name? I guess that's what woke us up. Anyway, let's go chat with Homeboy. Just cause. They give me something to do while I figure out, oh, I don't know what I want to do.
What the hell? Someone there? Hey, hello? Radio check. Go ahead. You better say something, or getting this damn thing fixed was all a waste of time. Come in. I say again, come in. Well, I'm just a fella on the radio for now. Been on my own. The lights, they fried everything. Or haven't you noticed, What? You've been living in a hole in the ground out there? You're on the
Basically.
island, right? I haven't come across any. Well, until now. It's taken a long time, a damn long time to get this contraption working. The radio, I mean. But your radio seems to work just fine. Still there? Hello? Things are getting a little thin out here in the dark. I've got some stuff to trade. Not much, mind you, but maybe you have some interest. Maybe we can work out a deal. If you can keep your word, that is. Trust don't come so easy no more. Not since the lights showed up. But there's you, there's me, and there's the ice. We'll speak up. There's a place, a little island off Coastal Highway. A dock, an old storage box of mine. We can use that to trade. You keep your distance, and I'll do the same. Got it? We're really out on the edge of it all, ain't we? Some people do well with it. Others go a little crazy. Still others go out in the world
Crazy.
looking for crazy.
Toys in the attic. We are crazy.
Who ain't alone in this life? Hmm? Suits me fine. I'm still breathing. That's good enough for me. We all get to tell our own stories, right? This is mine. Just a survivor. Like you, I guess. But I think you might not be from around here. You sound a bit different. Like those folks who wandered into town last week. No, that's wrong. It was a long time ago, wasn't it? Well, most folks try and avoid them. Look, I try to keep an even keel and an open mind. But I can't stand a backstabber or a liar. Everyone gets a name, right? I had a name. Sutherland. Yeah, that's it.
He's got Alzheimer's.
Whew. I need to wake up. Loopy tonight. What was it you said? An old system. Meant to keep folks connected. Whatever that means. I never had much use for them. Even out at sea. Just throw me overboard. That's how I... This one time... Lost it again. Never mind. Yeah, I don't walk too good at all anymore, thanks to this driftwood I call my leg. But out here on my boat, I do just fine. World's a cold place. Trust comes slowly. You keep your word, I'll keep mine. Don't know what it was like for you before, but that's how I deal. Straight up. Too much for you? I had to get to sea. As soon as the lights showed up, or a bit after, there was a storm and I couldn't get offshore. Can't really tell you why. Oh, what's it to you anyhow? What are they saying, the others?
Backstory.
I know the coastal regions best, but I've been around most of the island.
Most.
Everyone's gone
At night.
best I can
They
tell.
come out mostly at night.
Something big.
Mostly.
happened. Historical, like, I guess.
Yeah, hysterical.
One for the books, my brother used to say.
Did he? Your brother?
I have my ways, even from my boat. Stuff's just floating out here. Containers, even some empty, drifting ships. Just gotta find it first.
All right.
Here's my best stuff right
If
now.
we were gonna trade, this would be nice. That'd be fantastic. This right here. Ooh, that too. Oh boy. Yeah. Well. Oops.
That's fine, I guess.
See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya. Cool. Right? Look at it. We're going to get some more Christmas lights right here, for sure. Alright. Nighty night time, for sure. Oh, I tell you. I blew it. Pretty early. Let's just all right. So here's um hmm. Yeah, I have that. Oh, I need the table. Alright, let's get some of these. Alright, and then, yeah. And we'll grab one of these. You have to play a lot of the long dark to be able to do all this set. In the dark, in long dark. Yeah, I'll make that. There we go. And we'll do a little bit of this. A little bit of that, I mean. Okay, so we have ourselves 4 fishing hooks. Not great. Now there might be some scrap metal still in the dam. I feel like there's a good chance there is. I feel like there's a possibility. I do. I really, really do. I think we're going to do one of my favorite things to do in any video game. Elder Scrolls Online, Minecraft, The Long Dark. We should probably be smart. A couple of these, grab a couple of these, and a couple of these.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
I'm not sure you can either. We're going fishing. Gonna do a little fishing and call it a day. Yeah. I need to get some rest. I need to eat. I need to go to sleep so I can get back to work tonight. Even though technically this is supposed to be my day off. But as I mentioned at the beginning of the stream, someone fell, not at work, outside of work, but they hurt their arm, and the person that does my job when I'm not at work, well, I enjoy lots of other survival games. If you want to check out the channel, I got Grounded. I played Skyrim in survival, Fallout in survival, Conan Exiles in survival. Well, Conan Exiles just is survival. Ark. I love survival games. I love them. Good question. Thank you for asking. So the plan is, here, let me break this while we're chatting here. There we The plan is to get a PlayStation 5, and the next big I want to play Enshrouded. I don't know if you can play Valheim on PlayStation 5. If you can, I'm gonna. But yeah, I absolutely want to get Grounded 2 going for sure. I loved Grounded. I loved it so much. Oh man, look at us.
I can barely walk with this much gear.
Killing it with the fishing because we set the custom settings correctly. Let's do another hour. I mean, we could get some bait, but I don't think we really need it. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Let's take our fat, happy butts back home. We'll get some fuel from this as well. Oh, I love Green Hell. Yeah. I don't have a playlist for Green Hell, but I do have Green Hell videos if you want to look up Pizza Hole Green Hell. I loved it. I love that game. I don't play it correctly because I feel like killing the natives was so weird. Like, I really found it disturbing. Like it's like you invaded this foreign land, and yeah, these people they're not good people, but at the same time, you know, it just felt weird. I love the forest. I haven't played the forest 2, but again, there's another one for PlayStation 5 coming in July, early August. Been saving up. But I'm super excited. Grounded 2, Forest 2, for sure. What's still Enshrouded. Looks super fun. And any other survival games I can get going on. But yeah, I love survival. In any game, like I said, Fallout 4 is fun, but I feel like the mechanics work better in Skyrim, and so I have some Skyrim survival playthroughs. Actually, I've been thinking really hard. Until I came up with this concept, I was going to go back to Skyrim and do another survival run in Skyrim. The only problem is, Skyrim is weird with the graphics, and it really doesn't. It can be really pixelated and really poor frame rate. So Fallout 4 can be 50-50, well, I guess like Fallout 4 is. Although it just got a huge update, which I'm really excited about. And I started this channel, actually playing The Witcher. Don't know if you played The Witcher before, but playing The Witcher 3 is how I actually started streaming, 15 years ago or whatever it was. But my build, I'm a builder in Fallout 4 settlement building. I have videos that have like 2,000-3,000 views for the builds. So if you want to check out the Fallout 4 playlist, you might find some things you might really find interesting. Man, the fishing is so much better when you set it correctly for a custom playthrough. All right, let me stick this over here. Look at this. Look at all this meat and fuel. You know what? Can we eradicate this punk who's over here chirping along? I mean, it sounded like it was back there. I don't remember finding them back there, but... Oh, there he is. Hello! Greetings and salutations. A little higher. Yes! That's what you get. That's what you get. Oh, that was fun. Oh, yeah. Fallout 4 is like... Even Fallout 4 Hard is nothing compared to survival mode. And like you said, it's a completely different game. Just like I think, like I said, Skyrim, I feel like, here's the thing. You get more mechanics and better stuff in Fallout 4 survival. But I feel like it's more realistic, honestly, for me in Skyrim. But both are amazing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No. Now that they've just released a big patch for I'm so old. I still call them patches. A big patch for Fallout 4. We should be able. The problem I was having with Fallout 4 was mods and creative mode and all that kind of, and the creation mods. A lot of the stuff wasn't working. I was just crashing a lot. There's only so many things available to me, and since I focused so much on building, it was kind of bumming me out. It was making me sad. However, survival mode doesn't really rely on much of any of that stuff. To my left. You gotta love a game that gives you a white crosshair and somebody's revving their motorcycle. Tiny little white burbs. Is that him? I think that's him. Yeah, that's him. To hunt. Got him. Woo! Oh, I knew these fire hardened arrows were gonna
This stuff
be
will come in handy.
key survival stuff. Feathers and sticks, y'all. Feathers and sticks. I think I see them. No, it's grass. Let's just chill. Let's just chill. We're 2 for 2. Let's see if we can get 3 for 3. There's something behind me. Sometimes they're over here. What's that? Oh, more grass. Do your little... Now, if you're into survival type videos, I don't know if you've heard of the Outdoor Boys, but they actually hunt ptarmigan, and they make a completely different noise. It's almost like, you know what it makes me think of? Coughing. It's like, caw, 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 caw. I don't know. I can't really do it. I'm from the South. If you want to hear a turkey noise, I make a pretty sick turkey noise. Morning dove? Yeah. Alright, let's listen. I swear that's him. That is him. Oop, 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 oop. Hey, buddy. How you doing over there? You look delicious. What about... That looks a little light. Yeah, it's a little short. That was too far. Nailed him! Sucker! Now, arrows in a rock, they're going to break really quick. Arrows in the snow, not so bad. Yes and no. Yes and no. He's collaborating. The thing is, and this is so messed up, and really pisses me off. Like, if you found out who Pizza Hulk was today, you're not coming to my house, right? I know you're not. I know Mrs. Wright's not. Like, the people who follow me, they're not like that. But when you got like 7 million viewers, you know, you're gonna get people that aren't. Well, as King Stephen would say, right in the head. And yeah, they started harassing his children, showing up at their schools and stuff. Oh, your dad, and all that kind of stuff. But he does collaborations. His oldest son has a YouTube channel now. Obviously, he does video. Oh, we got a feather. Oh, 2 feathers. 3 feathers. Obviously, he's supporting his son 100% and doing videos with his oldest. I figure, like, maybe not the middle child, but the youngest might also get into it. The middle child seems like kind of like, you know, I don't know about all this. But good for him. Good for him. But anyway, yeah, you know. And I think he still occasionally makes an actual video. And I don't think he quit. He's just taking a break. You know? The guy, I mean, you know who the Outdoor Boys are. I know who the Outdoor Boys are. Millions of people know who they are. And they're getting views every single day. He's still making money. You know what I mean? Actually, he's from Virginia. Did you know that? He's from where I'm from. Well, I don't think he's not originally from here, but this in Virginia is where he started making his first videos, which I'm super proud of. But yeah, just pull. And here's another thing: if you're, you know, we talk about nepo babies and all that kind of stuff. But if your kids are getting into what you're doing, you want to give support and then kind of pull back. You want to give them the space to shine. I think that's another aspect of what he's doing. But yeah, his first boat builds and hunting builds and, you know, just outdoor stuff. He actually started here in Virginia, which is super cool. To me. This is the one area where I've killed ptarmigan before. I'm not 100% sure if they're back again. I bet they're definitely down by the dam. So we'll go look down there. And usually there's like 4 or 5 down there. Sometimes there's like 1 to 3 in this area. I don't hear anything though. We won't hang around too long. I might go look for birch bark though, real quick. Seems pretty doable right now. Yeah, I'm just not hearing any ptarmigan. And remember, just like bunnies, they generate in different portions of the map at different times. We are rocking it though. We are putting a hurting on these little burbs. Look at all that. We'll make a second. Here we go. Perfect. What are these things called? Improvised insulation. Birch bark is one of the only thing. It's the only tea that regenerates. How about that? Respawns. Yep. Oh, let's look for mystery broken saplings, because I didn't find any back here before. I still don't see any. It just might not have generated in this particular run. Let's see. See you, bud. But yeah, like I said, they just put a big patch on Fallout 4. I really want to get back into it. Finding your mods is difficult, but if I can get my old mods back, oh man. Plus out a few new ones and a survival run, I think it would be really fun. Let's toss in a few cattails while we're here. Alright, let's see. Yeah, I hear him. Why is it being so difficult today? They're on just the other side of this bridge. Like, kind of in this area. We don't want to spook them. We're getting, alright, scene 1, 2, 3, at least 3. Let's give it a second. There's like 5 of them down here. There's one. Chilling. Got him. I think I broke that arrow. That's fine. Look at them all just chilling on this hill right here. So my arrow hits the ice. It's much more likely to break. Than if we hit snow. Yeah, we're sucking up the place right now. It's a really weird angle. They're kind of squirrely. Oh man. Let's see if we can get another one right beside this one. Yep. That seems to be the spot. Uh, it's like I both appreciate and love these birds, but I also kind of hate them. Oh, that's a real error. Nah. Let's see if we can nail one with a rock, and then we'll just deal with it. Two's good. Two's great.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Birds? These birds are so heavy. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's a lot of arrows. I know where a bunch more are. We could climb the watchtower, the fire watchtower, and get like, a decent amount. Sometimes. Did I get all my arrows back? Yeah, 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. Look at all that. That's like 15 hours of like carcass harvesting. You know what? Let's just. I mean, why not? You know, sometimes you deserve a soda. I like a soda every now and then. There we go. All right. Woo! All right, so we get any feathers. And we should head home. Oh man, once again, I think I'm just gonna miss the ability to have Magellan's fire. Really? Nothing? Okay, crows. The crow's nose. Everyone wishes they lived in coastal highway. No coastal regions. Yep. Can't get them in bleak. You can't get them in coastal highway. You can't get them in crumbling highway. You can't get them in desolation point. So one of the places I want to do another region lock is desolation point. I feel like with the forge, it's fine. The problem is, I think there's only like I really only think there's like 2 maple sapling spawns in Desolation. And a very, very, very low chance of finding any kind of firearms. Which again, there's nothing wrong with having low spawn chances. Again, I feel like, especially after finding the Maglins, we have really a chance to, We could make it 500 days here. But in Destination Point, yeah, I don't see that happening. Maybe 3 to 6 months. And that could be fun on its own. But we'd have a forge, and we can make arrowheads. And there are burst saplings. And we could also... also, there's a really good chance for a hammer there and hacksaw. So... You know what I mean? It kind of balances out. I think Desolation Point is a good place for a region lock. I really do. Astrid's like, jeez. We are 117 pounds above 88 as our carry weight. Yeah. Ain't no running today. Ain't no mountain high enough. It's fun to sing when you actually can't. Maybe we try to put a slug in a wolfie boy. I've said I'm not opposed to a wolf coat. You know. I'm not. Shh. Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting Tom again. I heard him. They spawn all along the railroad tracks, honestly. Ain't no mountain high enough. Should I go? I feel like the long shot is just way too risky. Oh, he's a wooing though. What a great time to shoot a wolf when he's a wooing. Aruga. Alright, we post up here. Now ready? Let's see if we can drop this fool. Didn't even hit him. Man. You see him running up those rocks? That's what I'm talking about, Mystery Lake. There's just too many little nooks and crags and crannies where they can get to a place where you just can't, you can't harvest them. You can't do anything with them. It's very wolfy today. Poor Astrid. Really? Okay. If that's what you want to do. Oh, bull! I hit him. I smacked him in his derrieres. That's fine. Let's do this. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go, bro. We got pilgrim rules. I can do what I want. I'm gonna shoot you in your face. There we go. One dead wolf on the map. Look at him run up into the nether regions. I should call them the never regions. We're never gonna find that wolf. Yeah. It's like hunting in this game is just a little far-fetched. Yeah. Alright. Heading home. You guys! What a fun stream. We got a lot accomplished. I mean, let's just face the mag lens in the rim. We got a mag lens. So I was thinking 180, around 200 fires because of the matches or whatever. And, you know, like I said, at one point we're done. But because we can kind of geek it just a little. And with snares, I think we could do 500 days. I think it's certainly possible. Will I do a harder run? Absolutely. 100%. In a harder region. But for now, let's just have a little fun. You know? I have a lot of plans for the Long Dark. I just need Hinterland and Raphael to get off his ass and fix the game. And get rid of all these crashes. I know most of the maps like the back of my hand. I know where the wolves are. I know how to get around them. We can play with the wolves on. Not my favorite way to play, but we can. We can deal with the bears. You know. I have a Voyager run you can check out in side missions. I feel like, to me, for this game personally, Voyager is the most balanced. Stalker, you get like 90% wolves. Interloper, you get like 90% of nothing. It's not a really well-balanced game as far as difficulties are concerned. Like, at all. But with custom, there are ways around that. Home sweat home. Oh, beautiful night too. Look at that sky. Green, some pinks coming in. I like a little bit of clouds going on. You get a little bit better of a light show, you know. But as we head up to the homestead, we're calling it a day. Pizza's got to go to work tonight. Normally this would be my night off, and I'm missing it so much already. So much already. 43, 4 by 6, 79, 10, 1, 12, 13, and we got about like 16 hours of ptarmigan to pull apart, so that'll be fun. But yeah, I just want to thank Mrs. Wright, as always, a huge supporter, #1 fan, love Mrs. Wright and the fam. Mr. Wright, the little Wrights, thank you so much for being as supportive as you are. for putting pizza on sidetracks and rants. Thank you. I want to thank Big Riz Pizza Whiz. Peace be with you as well. Listen, you got pizza in the name, you're a pizza for life. Love it. Love it. That's for you. So much. I love everyone that watches, likes, supports, shares, and does all the things. I like everybody that just checks out the video. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. You're amazing. I do this for fun. I have a good time. And listen, I encourage anyone to say hello. I'm a nice guy. I'll talk to you. We'll talk about just about anything. Yeah. A piece of pie with you. Puns. Fantastic. I like you even more. All right. But I'm calling it a day. I'm hungry. I'm sleepy. I got to go to work. You know, the real world. A lot of fun. We'll be playing some Minecraft tomorrow. And possibly again later in the week. If you like Minecraft, check it out. I got lots of videos, play lots of games, and we got more coming. And we get the PlayStation 5 coming in late July, early August. And we're going to get into some new stuff, new graphics, better microphone, the whole deal. I'm very excited. All right, you guys, I'm out of here. If you happen to catch this, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you see us at a later date or time, thanks for watching. I really hope you guys are having a great day. And most importantly, you know what it is. Please be good to each other. Pizza out.